Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Grab yourself a cup of tea and let's talk some boxing. Now, apparently according to Bob Arum, he would like to stage AJ vs Fury in the UK, Cardiff or Wembley. He believes that the fight fans in the UK deserve that, considering the undisputed championship of the world could be contested between two Brits, and it would be a shame to take that to a different country when they could do it in the UK, because there are plenty of fight fans in the UK that would be captivated by the idea of AJ versus Fury happening in the country. And it's funny how Cardiff, Wembley are mentioned, and that is where Anthony Joshua has made his home. He sells out Principality in Cardiff, he sells out Wembley in London, and now he's moving into new territory, going to the Spurs Stadium. So it's almost like Anthony Joshua is doing a tour of the stadiums and selling them out as he goes. So it would be interesting to see if Anthony Joshua could go to Old Trafford and maybe some other places in the UK. It would be interesting to see how many stadiums he can conquer during his career, but the possibility of Undisputed being in the UK, I believe, is still a slim one. I would like to have hope, and I'd love to see it happen in the UK, but considering the amount of money that the Saudis will put on the table, it's going to be hard to refuse. I hope that maybe they can have one of the fights in the UK. If these fights do happen, there needs to be a lot of work put in. I mean, Bob Arum said that it's an easy fight to make. I'm not so convinced. If it was an easy fight to make, it would have been done already. So it's not an easy fight to make. We've seen that, it's clear. But if they do get to make it, I mean, Eddie Hearn projected February as a potential time for this undisputed fight to happen in 2022. Now, he did go on to say that was literally just a ballpark. He didn't say, oh, we're working towards February. No, he didn't say that. He said that would be around the time it would happen if they can get talks underway again after Fury fights Wilder and after AJ fights Usyk, provided they both win. And while I would like to believe that it could happen in the UK, I'm sorry, I just can't be convinced that it will, especially with the money that will be brought to the table by other places. It would be great, even if they could do the return match in the UK. One of them would be brilliant. The first one, obviously that would be groundbreaking, incredible, because that will be the Undisputed Championship, the one we have been waiting for so long, between two Brits in the UK. If the rematch happens, it's already happened once, but nevertheless, one in the UK is brilliant. That would be incredible, especially for British boxing as well. Imagine the fighters, the young challengers coming up, getting to fight on the undercard of AJ vs Fury. Just imagine what that does for British boxing. So I hope that that can happen. I would be skeptical though. Now, let's move on to another thing. Another British fighter coming back to the UK, Josh Taylor. He has a mandatory in Jack Catterall, and apparently he could face him in November, between November 20th and November 27th, and apparently that could land in Scotland. It will be on Sky Sports because Top Rank are working with Sky Sports in the UK, and they are looking at logistics now. So Josh Taylor gets his homecoming fight against Jack Catterall, where he gets to defend his undisputed championship. I'm happy for Josh Taylor because I think that it's incredible for him to be able to come back to his home fans and defend them after his journeys, because he's become a world champion, a unified champion, World Boxing Super Series champion, then undisputed champion. What better way to cap that off than coming back home? So that is great for Josh Taylor. It will land on Sky Sports, as I said. Apparently they are working with Boxer to look at the logistics and how this fight can be made in the UK. Now, there was talk of bigger fights for Josh Taylor, maybe a Terence Crawford, maybe going through the weight classes, but I don't believe that that was on the horizon anyway, regardless of a mandatory, because Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter has been ordered in the welterweight division, but apparently in the build-up to that being ordered, Terence Crawford was having negotiations with David Avanesian over a potential contest, so it was never really going to be Terence Crawford next for Josh Taylor, and that's fine. There's no need really for him to go through the weight classes unless there are big fights there for him, unless there is something he really wants, because he is a super lightweight, the best super lightweight in the world, and there are still some fights around there for him, but if he wants to move up, then I believe that there needs to be something presented to him to tempt him up to welterweight, because once he moves up, it's going to be very difficult to come back down. I would say that as soon as he becomes a welterweight, he will find it especially hard to make super lightweight. Fighters don't often deal well with going up then coming back down. I mean, look at Roy Jones Jr. going up to heavyweight, never the same fighter again after coming back down to light heavyweight. Fighters just don't seem to be able to do it because the weight making process is integral, and it's very difficult for a fighter to bulk up, get bigger, and go up to a higher weight class, then try and come back down. It's just not an easy thing for them to do. So I would believe that Josh Taylor wants to take the best contests he can in his current weight class, then move up. I know he's cleaned up, he's undisputed, but Jack Catterall, another good fight. That's going to be incredible. Don't sleep on that one, because I think that is going to be a tough match for Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall is definitely going to be coming to win, and it is on home territory as well, so who knows what might happen. There is no looking past that one. I mean, you can look at maybe Errol Spence, maybe Terence Crawford, maybe even Sean Porter if he wins, but unless he beats Jack Catterall, then that is redundant. So the big fight next is one in a homecoming coming back to Scotland for him. It will make for an exciting contest and something to look forward to for Josh Taylor after what he has done in his current weight class. So that one is next, and it will likely take place in Scotland late November. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also leave a like and grab that subscribe button. Thanks guys.